Hello, Merv Daugherty, Superintendent of Schools for Chesterfield County. Thanks for joining us again for another one of our videos on Back to School. We've had a chance to speak with our chiefs of each department and school board members, and I am thrilled to have Catherine Haines from the Midlothian School District with us here to share some thoughts and just give you some information about what's going on, not only in the school system, but Midlothian. Catherine, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for inviting me, Marv.
Yeah,
it's good to be here.
I don't think people understand the challenges that school board members have. Everybody thinks, well, it's a part-time job, but it's really a full-time job because it's 24/7. And so we appreciate all of your hard work and the effort you have being in the schools and we're out and about. So let's talk about the opportunities that you see as we come back to school in somewhat of a normal routine for our students and our families.
Well, I'm going to use a word that is probably going to annoy some folks, and that's the word pivot. I know we overused it last year, but I don't want to lose sight of the fact that we did develop an incredible capacity to change. So what does that look like when we look to the next school year and the start of a routine? I think about growing up as an Army brat. I moved a lot. And then even as a parent with 4 kids, we moved a lot. And whenever we would move to a new place, we would take that as an opportunity to start a new routine. So I would ask our families, knowing that you have a capacity for change that you didn't have before COVID, what might you do differently with the start of the new school year? Maybe it's waking up 5 minutes earlier to collect your thoughts or to journal. Maybe it's deciding to walk your dog, if you have a dog, before you go to school. Maybe it's arriving at the bus stop a few minutes early to chat with friends, so you make a little extra time to make those social connections with neighbors. So I think that's what I would challenge our family, to use that capacity for change to develop a new routine. And it might be hard to start, but I think if you do it for 3 days, that it'll stick.
Great point. I think we have to remember what it was like before the pandemic, the involvement of volunteers, the involvement of activities, the involvement of not just coming to school, but being involved in that entire school environment, which is extremely important for a successful educational career. And I think the opportunities that we have to really think outside the box, to enjoy the educational environment, they're starting to come back around, and there's always going to be obstacles no matter what's going on in life. But I think some of those points you gave were great advice to really get yourself together. Don't rush. Give yourself time to get ready for school. Thank you for that. So tell us some things that are going on in the Midlothian School District.
Well, Merv, I watched so many, I would say the majority of Midlothian residents, not everybody, but for the most part, removed their masks in June and really enjoyed time traveling, not always traveling. Sometimes it was just reconnecting with family that they had not seen in a year or a year and a half. And I saw such joy. And then I saw my community wrestle with the news of the Delta variant and what that meant for their families. So I think what I would like to celebrate is the fact that we're here and we're still showing up and figuring out how to do this. I know that we have teachers out there, maybe some of them listening, that didn't want to come back this year because last year was so hard. But they did because they love our kids. I've also heard chatter among private school families that are coming back to Chesterfield. Why? Because we offer an excellent education. So I think that as a school district, we have proven that we are resilient, and that is what we should celebrate.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think last year was a very challenging year. I think this year will be a challenging year as well as we get back into everything. I keep telling people we'll have 63,000 new students and 10,000 new employees because everyone's coming back into this new environment where we're working together for a common good, which is great education for every child. So I'm excited about those opportunities that we have and the opportunities that we're going to move forward with. And I think one of the keys that I love about Chesterfield and the teachers and the team administrators is that we love our kids. we really care that they're going to be successful, and I think that shows in in a lot of the results that we have in our school district. So, not thinking about just the Midlothian, but the entire school district itself, which is a pretty big school district when you think about it. We served 5.5 million meals last year, and our buses travel over 9 million miles a year, when you think about the size that we have. But what are you excited about this school year?
Well, I think you know what I'm going to say, and that's recess. But really, there's a backstory to this. I had that wiggly kindergartner 5 years ago that would get emails nonstop from the teacher about my kid who couldn't sit still on the carpet, who wasn't listening very well. And I remember asking, could recess help? And she said, yes. And who would have thought, fast forward 5 years, that I would be sitting here having this conversation with you as a school board member? I would have said, you're crazy, that will never happen. And then the fact that we have a board that is going to tackle the conversation of recess. So I think that's phenomenal. I think the mental health benefits that we'll bring to our kids, recess helps with attention. And I think also as we are learning to heal from a global pandemic that we are still in, that more play and recess and outdoor time will really benefit our kids. So I'm super excited about the conversation.
Yeah, I was visiting several schools yesterday, and they were showing me their outdoor classroom areas, things they were doing to help with the social emotional issues that we're going to be dealing with as well. Also realizing how important the academics are, but molding them together. So I think that's good.
Well, and I have to add one more thing, because you did say the whole district, and I know that recess is more at the elementary level, at least for now. I have ideas. But if I was thinking of the entire district, it would be our focus on mental health. So I think our parents out there knew that we had a mental health crisis before COVID started. And the fact that everyone in CCPS is talking about a whole child approach, that we're going to start the year, the first 2 weeks with, as you mentioned, the focus on social and emotional learning, I think that gives us hope that there is a way out of this mental health crisis.
Right. Well, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. And thank you for watching. We're excited about the school year starting on August 23rd. And make sure you have everybody ready to come back to school. And we just appreciate how much you support CCPS. Have a great day.